Welcome back to Sailing Merryweather, guys. Have you ever wanted to buy a ex-race boat, turn it into a cruiser, and take your family kind of around the world at 20 knots? Well, today you're about to meet a family that are doing just that. Timo, Joe, and Nemo have bought an ex-vendee globe boat, 60 foot, and they are doing it up to cruise around the world as a family cruiser. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with all our content.
Ciao, hi everybody, we are Timo.
And I'm Joe, I'm from England.
E me I'm Italian, from Italy.
We both sailed here from Europe.
Yeah.
Separately.
With our boat, a separate, different boat.
And we met here in Fiji. Envy, something we liked is that it's been really fun to sail. It's like sailing a dinghy. So it becomes more sporty perhaps than with our other boat. It was here in Fiji the year that I had hauled out and met Timo, so we'd both seen it. A friend of mine had sailed it back to New Zealand and happened to mention that it was for sale, not because he thought we would be interested in it. And then when we then turned our search to include old race boats, I was like, oh, this one's for sale. And we were then anchored in a pua next to her and went and had a look on board. Hi,
Ciao.
welcome to Envy.
We are here in front of the mast of MV. There's one big carbon mast, it's more to the 27 meter. And here there is the boom of MV. It's a 9-meter boom. And this is our boat. It's a seat on the top to our workshop container and two cradle we made for sit the boat in safe in cyclone season. The boat is strapped on the ground with a 12 ton of concrete and other very heavy stuff like one old engine to the one big caterpillar. One of the things making love ups of MV is the very skinny and sexy line. We have the impression is the first boat in our life when you arrive with the dinghy on the stern. You don't go up on board, but you go down on the boat because the stern of the boat is only 32 centimeters, and we can see when the water line is here. When the boat don't sailing fast, the water line is like here. You have just 1 and a half. Another thing we come in love when we come on board is this cockpit so big that immediately when we bought the boat in Fiji, in New Zealand, we have the opportunity to making party. They continue to do our kind of life. Okay, is also be enjoy with the friend, stay sit on the bean bags on the giant cockpit. Also these two. The position to the steering wheel in carbon fiber with this form so futuristic. The winch on the cockpit is a 13 and there is a lot of really big winch, but there is the 3 monster one. This one is the 3, they are big control from the coffee grinder when the coffee grinder is installed, and there is the 2 big Numera 4-speed, and that's it's amazing. When we buy the boat there is also the electric engine, but we remove because we don't need this. They are so powerful. Plus this one is the real big one on board. One is the original one to the vendee globe. Nando Fa uses this one and that 2 winch. They coming from the first conformation. The other one they are added from the Australian guys for the Sydney over. This roof rigid is very helpful. There is a lot of solar panel on the boat. The boat never need to start the engine for recharge the big bank of gel battery. This is our carbon fiber bowsprit. It's not finished to install, but it's going to be installed there. Another very nice thing, original, you can see the original chain plate is still the same one we used for this conformation mast. At the moment we have this baby, we don't use it. We use it once they sail here. and after we have the head sail on the end of the bow. After there is another stay, and we want to add one stay approximately in this position. For have 3 sail, 3 jib, plus code 0 and bowsprit. We have 6 gennaker, and the big one is a 500 meters square, and they need one long bowsprit.
I think the cockpit was part of the charm when we first went to look at the boat. Just the idea of being able to like sit here and you can just see all around. So there are no cabins in Envy, no doors, no walls. There was one for the toilet, but that's one of the things we've removed. Here in the saloon, this was one of the water ballast tanks which we've cut out. You can see on the other side what it did look like. So this is, and the bench also did come just to like here. So Timo's completely reorganised that. Yeah, and the idea is then we have a table that will go here, and that it's kind of a nice shape so that when you sit at the back there you can like relax against the outside of the hull. So the stove goes here, which we've removed for now. This was some modification we did as well. This was the freezer. This was actually just behind this bulkhead at the back there, but we've removed it so that it's just one kind of corner here for the galley. We have the water ballast there is really, it's not easy to access, so we'll have to just store stuff there, ideally quite light things. So this was where the heads was. This is the area that we've cut out, and we probably will remove that as well, we're not sure. So the idea is we want to have a double berth here, possibly a double cabin like with a wall, and it will be, we're going to keep these pipe berths, which are aluminium frames with umbrella on top, and we've actually extended 2 to make them doubles. So the idea is that it can also be with a pulley system, like here, these ropes, we can lift it up. And this hatch we can still use to put the jennakers to like put the sails back into the boat through. And our plan is to have a bath actually in the heads, like just with one wall here to make that whole back area a bath, and that's where we can store the sails, and we'll have a rack above it for the wet weather gear. Yeah, the idea is to make 2 doubles back here, and this is one of those pipe berths. And actually, I can't do it now with Nemo, but we can lift it in such a way that it will slide and come up here. So right at the back there you can see the water ballast that we will keep with drinking water. Yeah, you can really imagine them in the Vendée Globe days like being back here, like on the radio and checking the weather. Yeah, this can be my office where I make the videos. Originally, you didn't think she'd be quite right for what we had in mind because she's got very skinny stern, so perhaps the inside wouldn't be so accommodating. But yeah, when we went to look at her, she was surprisingly comfortable and spacious, and I think it was kind of love at first sight. So Nando Fa, he's Hungarian. He built and designed her and raced her, and he's kind of famous in the racing world. He's done multiple Vendée Globes, and he did one also quite recently, like maybe 2017. So the first race he did in her was, I think, called like Around Alone. So I think it's around the world single-handed, but they do different legs, I think, so they stop each time. I don't remember where he came in that one. The famous one that we know well is there was the 1992 Vendée Globe, I think it was 1992, and there he came 5th and was the first non-French person to finish. So that's maybe the...
Yeah, probably it's the first Vendée Globe,
yeah.
The first real Vendée Globe.
A lot of transatlantic races.
After she do Jarverbeck,
Route de Rome.
The Route de Rome, the mast in Route de Rome, if I remember well. After new master, and again rent for do one Vendée Globe.
Yeah, so a Russian adventurer, I can't pronounce his name, but he's also quite famous. Yeah, he bought her, I guess, not rented, to do another Vendee Globe, and he had some issues when he was close to Australia, and so ended up having to finish the race in Sydney, and that's how the boat ended up in Australia.
The third time do the around the world solo.
Yeah.
And abandoned in Australia the regatta, and one Australian owners of Sydney Hobart boat take the decision to buy, and bought some very massive modification to the boat, from transformer from one vendee globe 60 foot in 166 foot.
Yeah, so they extended the stern by 6 feet, and he put the new mast, this new mast and rig on, and I guess they'd have done a lot of things.
And like the boom is one of the things give a lot of indication to us, because it's still the original boom. This boom we have is we give some dimension. The boom is 9 meter, 1 centimeter. The mast is 27.5. But after if I go with the old, but it's a very big dimension for one sailing yacht. The boat is a floating line is a 20 meter 10 centimeter. The draft is a 4 meter 20 centimeter. And the boat totally weight of the boat with the sail and everything on board is around to 10 ton. The bulb is 4 ton. The mast is 1 ton something. That's some dimension. Is quite big. Every time I watch the dimension of the mast and the boat, I remember is one big challenge also for us.
We realise it more and more as time goes on.